Good day, everybody. Welcome to game number 4 in the Casey Stengel Championship Series between the New York Yankees and the Georgia Braves. This game is going to be played at SunTrust Park in Atlanta, Georgia. Georgia was able to prevail 5-4 after scoring 4 runs in the 8th inning, highlighted by a Tony Phillips 2-run homer and a Frank Thomas 2-run single to left. Today's game will feature Adam Wainwright, who did not pitch well in his only start of playoffs, and has a 9.31 ERA in 9 2/3 innings. I believe in 2 starts, actually. They're going to face John Tudor, who had went 6-3 in 10 starts after being brought up in August, replacing their 5th starter. And they're hoping that he brings them one game closer to the World Baseball Association final. Over 50,000 fans on hand. The wind is blowing out to right at 10 miles an hour. They don't have the right field porch that Yankee Stadium does, but any ball that's flying away here could be an issue for pitchers today. Keeler, Martinez, and Garrett to come on up. Willie Keeler's batting .392 with 6 RBIs, just 20 hits in a postseason. The 3-1 pitch. Get a nice view. Line drive and a base hit. And Keeler's on with a leadoff single. Edgar Martinez, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, and .238 average. And a wild pitch, but Gibson keeps it in front of him. There's the 1-0. A throw to second, not in time, and a stolen base for Keeler. Runner at second now. 2-2 to Edgar Martinez. Ground ball to first. Thomas will throw to the pitcher, Wainwright, for the first out. '18 of 42 with 3 homers and 10 RBIs for Lou Gehrig. Line drive and a base hit into the corner. That'll be for extra bases. Gehrig will quickly give New York a 1-0 lead. He is in there with an RBI triple. And New York's offense once again up and running. Here comes A-Rod. The 2-1. Drives at the center deep. The throw will not be in time. It'll be a 2-0 lead. And A-Rod winds up with a sacrifice fly RBI to score Gehrig. And I'll make it 2-0. Good piece of hitting here. Yastrzemski, 20 hits and 41 at-bats, 5 homers, 14 RBIs. He is on fire. Weak pop-up to short. Stephen Drew's under, and he makes the catch. That'll end the inning. Now for the Yankees, score a couple of runs. They find themselves with a 2-0 lead. Oh, Georgia has his hands the task at hand here. A really daunting task. Trying to go out there and get those 2 runs back. Here's the pitch, though. And John Tudor, left-hander. Base Robinson, right-hander. There's a drive to center. This is playable for Van Slyke, and there's the first out of the inning. One down. Here's Ty Cobb. 350, but has really been in a bit of a tiffy here, striking out quite a bit. There's out number 2 and a weak pop-up to A-Rod. And here we're going to look here for Frank Thomas batting third. The 3-2 walks him. Here comes Josh Gibson, who could switch hit. 3 homers, 7 RBIs, is batting 278. It was a 1-0. Ground ball to third. Nice play by Edgar Martinez. Will throw to second to end the inning. And New York out in front 2-0. Van Slyke, Torrey, and Collins. A 3 out of Van Slyke. A walk. Joe Torrey. Throw to second, not in time, and a steal for Van Slyke. They're taking advantage of Gibson's arm. There's a 3-1 at Torrey. Walks him. Eddie Collins. Batting 2-9 opposing. There's a 3-2. Weak pop-up. Second baseman Robinson is under and makes the catch. A big out. That'll bring in Tudor, who'll come in and bunt the runners over. A double steal, and they make it. Torrey and Van Slyke with steals. And now a chance for Tudor to drive these runners in. Ground ball to short. They'll throw to home, and they get the runner out. And a big defensive play there to keep it at 2-0. Here's Keeler, who singled his last time up. Here's the 1-0. Drives it to center. What a beautiful catch by Grissom. Preventing a couple runners from scoring, and New York still up 2-0. Wonderful play by Grissom. Grissom batting fifth. Really struggling at the play, but he made a nice defensive play there. He'll go jumpstart him. But a weak pop up to right, and Keeler's under, and he makes the catch. Alou, really struggling. 10 of 52 with just 6 RBIs. Weak pop up to Martinez at number 2. Stephen Drew, the 2-2. Drives it to center. Caught by Van Slyke. That'll end the inning. And now to the third they go. New York up by 2. Martinez, Gehrig, and Rodriguez. The 3-1 of Martinez. Another walk. So Wainwright is not pitching very well and has not tamed his controls. A ground ball, tailor-made double play. 6-4, 4-3. Nice ground ball there. A nice sinker to get the twin killing. The 2-2 to A-Rod. Ground ball to short. Drew. Get him out. Nothing across there for New York. Good mix of his cutter and sinker. Gets him out of the inning. 9 of 44 with a home run, 2 RBIs for Phillips. The 3-2 pitch to Tony Phillips. Line drive on a base hit to left. He's on with a single. In comes Wainwright to try to bunt him over. He does exactly that, gets the bunt down, 3-4 in a putout. And a man at second for Jackie Robinson. A throw to third, not in time, and a steal. Steal for Phillips. The 3-2 to Robinson. Drives it the other way. That's a base hit. And Robinson with an RBI single. But that all started with a single by Phillips. And a stolen base. Winds up scoring. It's at 2-1. Here's Ty Cobb for 1. Throw to second. They got him. About 4 or 5 steals here. Is the first guy getting out. Caught stealing is a 1-2 to Cobb. Ground ball, base hit to right. Hence the importance of getting him out. Robinson out of second. Here's a 2-1 to Cobb. He goes to second. He's going to wind up stealing standing up. This might have been like 6 stolen bases, like 3 for each team. Thomas, the 3-2. Weak pop-up to the first baseman. Garrett Tenney innings, pick up a run. 2-1 lead for New York now. Here's your Yastrzemski's 0 for 1. Here's the 3-2. Drives it for extra bases. Rounding first and for second is Yastrzemski. He's in it with a double. The 2-1 of Van Slyke. Drives it to center. Caught by Grissom. Yastrzemski doesn't move, and a big out there. Joe Torre walked. First ball hitting. Ground ball to short. The runner goes to third. Meanwhile, Drew will throw to first to pick up the second out of the inning. And a conundrum here. Collins, do they walk him or face Tudor? They're gonna walk Collins to face John Tudor, the 0-2. Struck him out in the outside corner. Now to in the fourth. I'll see the top of the order, but nobody scores. You got Gibson, Grissom, and Alou. Coming up. Drives it to right center. Under it is Keeler. He makes the first out. Here's Grissom. Drives it into his hands, but he still muscles it over left center for a base hit. One man on and one out, and Grissom could also steal. The 0-1. Ground ball to short. 4-6, 6-3. Double play, inning over. Side retired in the fourth. And now to the top of the fifth. With the top of the order coming up. 3-2 to Keeler. A weak ground ball to second. Nice play by Robinson. Will throw to first and gets the out. Martinez 0 for 1 with a walk. The 1-2. Swung on and missed on a cutter, and he got him. Lou Gehrig drives it to right field, but right at Alou to end the inning. Nothing doing for New York in the top of the fifth. Georgia down by 1, looking at get back and take the lead here, or even tied. Ground ball by Stephen Drew. There's that number 1. Here's Tony Phillips, who singled and stole a base and scored. Pitch to Phillips again. Ground ball to third. Martinez fires at the first. Nice play for out number 2. Cal Daniels just 5 innings for Wainwright. And a pinch hit situation here as a 1-2 to Daniels. Drives it the other way, right at the left fielder to end the inning. In comes John Broxton. Rodriguez, Yastrzemski, and Van Slyke. So Broxton can bring on the heat, who struck him out. Yastrzemski, the 2-1. Weak drive to center. This will be caught. At number 2. Yastrzemski's 0 for 1 with a walk, but has stolen 2 bases. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball right to Thomas to end the inning. Well, across for Georgia, we go to the top of the 6th. Bottom of the 6th. And Robinson, Cobb, and Thomas. Tudor's just kept these hitters at bay. There's a ground ball, a third. Nice play by Martinez. Makes a nice play at third and throws him out at first. Cobb, the 1-2. Drives it to center. Well hit, but right at Van Slyke for the second out. Thomas, 3-1. Walks him. Gibson, the 0-1. Drives it to left for a base hit. There's the second, 2 out for Grissom. A 1-1. Ground ball to short. Nice play just to keep the ball in the infield. It'll be an infield single there by Grissom. What a nice play there by A-Rod. Just to keep the ball in the infield, prevent uh, Thomas from scoring. The bases are now loaded, though, for Moise Alou. The 0-1. Ground ball and a base hit to left. 1-run score. 2-run score. A 2-run single. They've now taken a 3-2 lead. Here comes Stephen Drew. Line drive and a base hit to right. The throw to play, they got him. What a throw. Tremendous throw by Keeler to gun down Grissom. But they've taken a 3-2 lead on 2 runs thanks to Moises Alou 2-run single. Here comes Todd Jones. Jones to face Torrey, Collins, and Tudor. Here's a pitch to Torrey. Drives it high. It is deep. It is going. No doubt about it. It is gone. Joe Torrey, just like that, takes a pitch the opposite field. He rips a home run. And he's tied the game. Collins, the 1-2. Ground ball the first. Nice play by Thomas for the out. John Tudor. Drive to center. But Grissom's under. He'll make the catches out number 2. Here's Keeler, the 3-1. Ground ball right to Thomas to end the inning. They score a run right back. And Torrey with a timely bomb the other way into the bullpen. Here comes Phillips, then Bill Terry, who was removed from the game. Then Jackie Robinson. The 3-2 to Phillips. Ground ball the third, Martinez. Nice play. He's had a lot of ground balls, and he's handled them very well. Bill Terry 2 for 12 in a pleasant RBI. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball the second. Collins to Gehrig for number 2. The 3-2 to Robinson. Struck him out to end the inning. Georgia does not score. Jones with a second inning of work here. The 3-2 to Martinez. Walks him. Gehrig 1 for 3 with an RBI. Weak ground ball to the pitcher. Goes to sec for 1. And that'll be it. Fielder's choice. A-Rod, the 2-1. Line drive and a base hit to right center. First and second now. 1 out. Yastrzemski's 1 for 3. Here's the 1-2. Drives it high. It is deep. It is going. It is gone. a 3-run homer. They've now taken a 6-3 lead. And Yastrzemski with a 6th home run of the playoffs. And he just continues to belt the ball with authority. The 2-1, here's Matt Capps to come in. Now Georgia's in deep trouble here. Drives at the center of extra bases. He's going to be in there with a double. Oh, he's going to second. He's going to third. He's going to be in there with a triple. Joe Torre with a home run, his 2nd home run of the playoffs. Looking to cash in Van Slyke from third. Ground ball up the middle. There's a base hit. And Joe Torre with an RBI single to make it 7-3. Here is Eddie Collins 0 for 2. Here's a 3-2. Ground ball to first. Thomas will step in the bag and will allow Torre to go to second on the second out. Babe Herman to come in and pinch hit. He's 5 for 10 with 2 RBIs this postseason. They're going to walk him. They know how dangerous he is. Here's Keeler's 1 for 4. The 1-1 and 2-1. Make it a 2-2 pitch. Struck him out looking. That'll end it, but not before. New York scores 4 in the top of the 8th, and Georgia in deep trouble. Cobb, Cameron, then Gibson. Betances to come on in to replace Tudor. A drive for Cobb, but he's out. Cameron to come in. Ground ball to short. That was the first they got him. 2 down. The 2-2 to Gibson. Swung on a miss, struck him out. Ends the inning. To the top of the 9th we go. Top of the 9th now. Martinez, Garrigan, Rodriguez. Rick Camp to come in from the bullpen. The 2-2. Weak pop-up. Thomas is under it. Nope. It'll be Robbins. He'll make the catches of number 1. Garrick's 1 for 4 with an RBI. Here's the 0-1. Got to be careful of Garrick here. There's a drive, and that's why. You give him something high, he's going to drill it, and he rips it the other way for extra bases. From second on his way to third, he makes it in with a triple. And New York just spanking Georgia once more. His 2nd triple of the game. The pitch to A-Rod. Line drive and a base hit. RBI single to make it 8-3. Yastrzemski 2 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs. He's been dynamite these playoffs, and especially this series. A 1-1 is a drive to center. Another base hit. First and second. 1 out. Here's Van Slyke, who tripled his last time up. High fly ball to right center. Alou's under, he makes the catch. Nobody moves. Torres 2 for 3 with a home run, 2 RBIs. I believe he has a steal too. Line drive on a base hit to left. The throw by Cobb gets the runner going home to end the inning. They do score another run. They're up 8-3 now as we go to the bottom of the ninth inning. And Betances pitching his second inning of work here. Buster Posey's going to pinch it, then Alou, then Drew. Pitch to Posey. On a walk. Pitch to Alou. Drives it for extra bases. Another triple. So Alou with a second of the game, an RBI triple this time. He makes it 8-4. Now it's runner third. Drew, the 3-2. And he struck him out looking. Nice fastball. Tony Phillips batting on the left side now. The 2-2. Ground ball to short. They'll concede the run. They make it 8-5. So 6-4 RBI ground out. To score Alou to make it 8-5, but they're down to the last out here. In comes Bill Terry is 0-for-1. The 1-1 pitch. Drives it for extra bases, and this game continues. He's going to go to third. He is in there with a triple. I think it's like 4 or 5 triples in this game. Wow. Oh, they're going to take out Betances, and in comes John Franco. He's in a safe situation now with the tying run on deck. Jackie Robs 1-for-4 with a single and an RBI. Here's the 0-2. Can he get him? Ground ball to short. Nice play by Arad. Throws the first. Game over. Inning over. And Georgia loses to New York 8-5 as New York now takes a 3-1 series lead and is 1 game away from moving to the World Baseball Association final. For New York, 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors. For Georgia, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Todd Jones picks up the loss in relief. He's 0-1, collects a blown save in the process. The winning pitcher is John Tudor, goes to 1-0, and John Franco records his 5th save. There were no holds in this game. Home runs. Joe Torre is 2nd. Carly Yastrzemski with a 6th. And stolen bases, there are quite a few. 4 for New York, 2 for Georgia, 2 triples for Georgia, 3 triples for New York. But the home runs were the difference, and they wind up winning it 8-5 to take a commanding 3-1 series lead. And Georgia, in deep trouble, will have to win its next game just to stay alive at this point. We'll see what they'll have to do to sort of keep themselves in, get themselves back in a win column. I'd like to thank everybody for listening to and watching this game today. Please follow us on our YouTube page, World Baseball Association. Please subscribe. Please like our videos. and comment on them, whether good or bad. Any kind of feedback is always appreciated. We're going to try to get in the evening game number 4 between Puerto Rico and Cuba, as Cuba faces elimination after Puerto Rico winning the first 3 games of this series. They're looking for the clean sweep. We'll find out that it happens tonight. On behalf of yours truly, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you next time. And as always, keep smiling.